What's up, everybody? It is Bucket Mouth Bass back here again today, and I'm sure you guys already saw the title. Today we're going to be reviewing the Shimano Scorpion DC. If you guys do not know, this is a $300 JDM reel, meaning you can only buy it from Japan. I personally bought it on eBay. I'll leave a link to where you can go check it out, to the exact seller that I bought it from down below if you want to go check it out, like I said. But I bought this reel when eBay was running a 15% off sale, so I got it for about $250, so about $50 off. Took 3 days to come in. If you guys missed the unboxing video, I'll leave a link up to that one right now. But before we get into the review here today, if you guys have not subscribed, please go down and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any awesome content on this channel in the future. But let's go ahead and cue the epic music along with that intro. Alright, now that we got the intro and the epic music out of the way, how today's video is going to work is I'm going to break down the review into 6 different subcategories. Number 1 being durability. Number 2 is going to be the build quality of this reel. Number 3 is going to be the braking system that this particular DC reel comes with, and if I like it or not. Number 4, we're going to talk about the castability and the smoothness of this reel and whether or not I think it's smooth and casts well. Number 5 is going to be the price point of the reel and whether or not I think it's worth that $300 price point, or even on sale for $250 like I paid. And the last category is going to be the colors and design of this reel and whether or not I personally like it and think it looks nice in my opinion. And if you guys disagree with anything I say in today's video, do not hesitate to go down and let me know what you guys disagree with. I do love hearing y'all's opinions here on this channel. And then after I talk about all those things, I'm gonna tell y'all whether or not I think this reel was worth the money and whether or not I would buy it again in the future or buy another DC reel, maybe the SLX DC or the Curado DC. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with number 1, the durability. Guys, I have had this reel for almost a year and a half now, and I have had absolutely no issues with it. It still looks brand new like when I took it out of the box. Obviously, I take really good care of this thing. Keep that in mind as well. But I have fished this thing a ton, especially out at the lake. If you guys have seen some of my earlier videos or where I put this reel to the test, I'll leave a link up to that right now if you want to see this baby in action. But it has held up very well and I have had absolutely no problems with it. In my opinion, that's really good. I've put this thing through a lot. I've caught a lot of fish with this darn thing over the past almost year and a half now. So in my opinion, the durability is very good on this reel. You're not gonna have problems with this thing. It's gonna last you guys for a long time to come. Now we're gonna go ahead and talk about the build quality of this thing. That's really similar to the last category, but everything on this reel is super well made. Everything is tight. It doesn't feel flimsy in my hand. It feels very sturdy, especially when I'm fighting a fish. You know, some other reels that I've had in the past, like the 13 Fishing Inception, that one feels a little bit flimsy and a little bit rinky-dink, for a lack of better terms here in today's video, especially when I'm fighting a fish. So with this reel, I have absolutely no problem. It has held up very good and the build quality, in my opinion, is very excellent. Alright, now moving on to number 3 here today, the braking system that this particular DC reel comes with. This DC reel comes with the IDC5 braking system. I'm not going to bore you guys with all the logistics and specific things about that. I'll leave a link down below to Shimano's page where they explain the different DC braking systems if you guys want to read about that more in depth. But when it comes to Shimano DC reels, that's about a middle of the road braking system. You can get lower end braking systems in the Curado DC as well as the SLX DC, but you can get better digital control braking systems in the Metanium DC, and if you even go really high end like the Xsense DC. In my opinion, the braking system works very well. You get a dial on the outside from 1 to 4. Then on the inside, you get 3 settings, one for monofilament, one for fluorocarbon, and another one for braid. In my opinion, I don't think those settings really make much of a difference. The only thing that really makes a big difference is the dial on the outside, whether you have it set to 1, 2, 3, or 4. Me personally, I like having it set to 2 so I can really cast it very far. But if you guys are a little bit less experienced when it comes to bait casting reels, I would keep yours at least 3. And if you're really good with bait casting reels and you're brave enough, set it to 1. But it does bird's nest a lot if you have it on number 1. For me, having it on number 2, it does bird's nest, which I'm not really happy about. I don't think on any of the settings it should bird's nest, especially with that digital control braking system. But when it's on number 2, you can cast very far, so it's kind of a trade-off there. If you don't want a bird's nest, keep it at about 3 or 4, but if you want to be able to cast your bait out there a long distance, keep it at about 2. So like I was saying, this reel casts very far, so you're not going to have a problem with that there. I mean, for $300, I kind of expect that, to be honest. You know, I expect to buy this thing and be able to cast my bait very far. And now the drag system this thing comes with, it has an amazing drag system. Anytime I'm ever fishing with this reel and there's a fish taking line from me, I do not have a problem with this drag system. It's super buttery smooth. And now just the overall retrieve of this reel and the smoothness. The reel is super smooth and I cannot complain about that at all. The only thing I don't like about the braking system on this particular reel and other Shimano DC reels in general is that I think it should come with more settings on that adjustable dial on the outside. 1 to 4 in my opinion is not enough. I think you should at least get a dial from 1 to 10. So if anybody from Shimano is watching this video, please consider adding more adjustments. On the normal Shimano reels like the Shimano Sitica or the normal Shimano Curado K, you get a ton of brake settings and can really fine tune it exactly how you want it. But on this reel, you're kind of only stuck with that 1, 2, 3, or 4 adjustment here on this reel. Again, if y'all disagree with me, let me know down below in the comments. All right, now moving on to number 5 here today, the price point. That is a big deal for me, and I'm sure it is for a lot of you guys watching this video as well. This reel, like I said earlier in the video, retails for $300, and if you get it on sale like I did, you can get it for about $250. But even if you get it on sale for that $250, that's still very expensive. You could go buy, you know, like 4 Abu Garcia Black Maxes or even a couple Shimano Sitica Eyes. So you are paying a lot of extra money for that digital control braking system. And even the more low-end Shimano DC reels like the SLX DC, that's still almost $200. So I mean, that's budget when it comes to Shimano digital control reels, but when it comes to reels, that's still not very inexpensive. So that's another big complaint I have about this reel, is that it's not affordable to everybody. I really think this reel should start at about $200, maybe $250 at the most. Honestly, I think $300 is a little bit steep. And like I was saying earlier, if you buy the SLX DC or the Curado DC, in my opinion, it's not gonna be as good as a JDM fishing reel like I have here today. And you're getting lower quality braking systems in those 2 reels than you would get if you buy this. So hopefully in the future, Shimano will give us a JDM reel that's, you know, maybe sub $200 with that digital control braking system, but I guess we'll have to see in the future. Moving on to number 6 here today, the colors and the look of this reel. In my opinion, they could not have done a better job when it comes to the colors and the design of this reel itself. In my opinion, I think it looks really awesome. It's not quite black, it actually kind of has like a little reddish tint to it, and it's very sparkly, so I think it looks very good in my opinion. And just the build of it, I think it looks very futuristic and nice in my opinion. So I cannot complain with anything aesthetically on this reel. Again, if y'all disagree with that, let me know down below. If you guys don't like something about this reel, do not hesitate to go down below and let me know as well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and talk about whether or not I think this reel is worth the money and whether or not I would buy it again if given the opportunity. So in my opinion, I do love this reel. I love the casting squeal of this thing. I think it sounds amazing when you cast it. And in my opinion, that's a really awesome feature to have. But at the same time, that doesn't really affect how this reel fishes. But let me go ahead and put in some of those DC casting noises right now. So as y'all can see, that noise is very addictive and I love hearing that noise when I'm fishing. And in my opinion, I would buy this reel again, but I would not buy another Shimano DC reel. In my opinion, one Shimano digital control reel is enough for me. I don't think there's any reason to have multiple Shimano digital control reels, but that's just my opinion. I would buy this reel again, but that's just me. Like I said, it's not very affordable. So if you guys want to buy one of these, you got to remember that you could buy 2 to 3 other still pretty solid reels out on the market. But like I said in the beginning, there will be links to where I bought this reel down below, so it's a reliable place. And keep in mind, I'm not sponsored by anybody here today. This is just my opinion and thoughts over the Shimano Scorpion DC. But thank y'all so much for watching, and if y'all have not subscribed, please go down and hit that subscribe button and the bell. And if you guys think I left out something here in today's video, let me know down below. But as I said in the beginning, if y'all have not subscribed, please go down, hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss anything here in the future. And I will see y'all back here next time.